What's up, Ragin Nation? How's it going? This is Alex Yu, and you're watching the Ragin Ronin review. In this video, I'm going to be going back in time to 1995 to be reviewing Mortal Kombat, the original film. This film came out in 1995. That is 26 years ago. That is crazy. This is the film that started it all. Started what? Why did I say, what did it start? But this is the film, the very first film that is actually a good video game adaptation film. It's the best video game adaptation film to this date. The last time I watched this film was back in 2017 when I was in Seattle. I was there for a Comic-Con, and me and my nerdy friends, we were staying at an Airbnb accommodation, and we said, like, what's on TV right now? Or what can we stream, right? And then we played Mortal Kombat, and it was really, really cheesy, but it was still so great. Now, fast forward to 2021, I decided to watch this again to get me pumped up for the next film, the reboot that comes out in 2021. It is still great. I actually thought that, okay, maybe I will struggle with the cheesiness and some of the fighting. You know, the fight choreography would be slightly outdated compared to today's fight choreography. But you know what? Watching this film as a whole, it's still great. It's still, in my opinion, the best video game adaptation film. You know, there's a lot of crappy ones out there. There are more crappy ones than good ones. In fact, I could probably only name less than 5 good video game adaptation films. I keep on saying, is it adapted films or adaptation films? Anyways, I can only name 5 of those films that are actually decent. And one of those is Mortal Kombat, the other is Rampage with The Rock. But anyways, this is still a really great film. And yes, there's a lot of cheesiness in it. A lot of cheesy dialogue that comes from Johnny Cage, okay? There's a lot of that. But it doesn't bother me. It's kind of like the sign of the times. And also, it's a reflection of the character. And this film also has a lot of really, outdated, really poorly rendered CG effects, but whatever. That was, once again, the sign of the times. That's what CG was like back then. It only started getting better a little bit afterwards, but it still worked. And, you ignore the fact that the CG looks bad, but you embrace it because you're so connected with the story and the characters and the fighting. And by the way, the fighting is still top notch. The fighting is, it's so well done and great choreography, and there's just some really good and memorable fights in that film. There's some fight scenes that are a little bit questionable, but it still works as a whole, and that's what makes this film so great. And this is Paul W.S. Anderson at his best. This is pre-Event Horizon, pre-Resident Evil, pre-Soldier. This is him doing his best, because this is still his best film. And I don't know why he's only into directing video game movies, but this film was pretty much his biggest hit in my opinion. And yeah, it's still a really great film. I would tell you that before you decide to watch the original, the reboot, watch the original, because that way you can have a bit of a comparison. You could see how the fighting has evolved, how the story has evolved, how they took the elements from the first one and improved upon it in the reboot. I think it's a good idea to revisit the old one again. And if you do get a chance, watch that animated film, Scorpion's Revenge, because that one's also really, really great. But in any case, I'm just here to give you guys a reminder, not that you ever needed one, that this film is still superb. It's got a great soundtrack. It's got some really, really great fighting scenes. And it really is true to the video game. That's one thing that a lot of video game adaptation films are not very good at doing. They're not good at staying true to the original source material. This is true to the original source material. And that's why a lot of people like it so much. That is why so many fans say that this is still the best video game adaptation film. So there you have it. I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. Okay, 8 out of 10. So there you have it. That is my review of Mortal Kombat. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Do check it out. If you haven't seen it in a while or haven't seen it at all, make sure you do check it out before the reboot comes out next month, okay? So there you have it. My name is Alex Yu. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.